Greetings, my dear viewers. I'm xnick. Thank you for being here. And I know I'm due to some more magic videos, but today we're going to share a little bit of Hearthstone experience. Hopefully, we get some fun out of it. This deck I'm going to play today is kind of unique, I guess. I haven't seen anybody trying this. Maybe there are somebody doing this concept, but who knows? I'm going to show it. I was inspired by myself, and nothing else. So hopefully we have something unique to show. So what is this all about? Look at this nice weapon in Hearthstone. 7 mana, 4/2, which is pretty expensive to play, but as a weapon, it's going to give you lots of hunter spells if your deck has no minions. So of course this is a hunter card that you are going to want to use it in a deck which is using no minions, but hunter has a plentiful of powerful non-minion spells that can also produce minions. But today we're going to do something quite different. Let's go to warrior, and we have a very unique weapon ourselves called the Molten Blade. Each turn this is in your hand, it transforms into a new weapon. So guess what? We are going to try to get Rhok'delar with the Molten Blade, and then try to get the hunter spells in warrior. Brilliant plan. Well, this deck is not too competitive, but it's certainly very funny. We have to build without minions. There are some things that can produce minions on the battlefield, such as heavy metal, the Spellstone. There's also some cards that can give us minions to our hand. For instance, the newly arrived, what are you? The Dragon Roar. Add 2 random dragons to your hand. And we also have the mech version of that, the Omega Assembly, that will be very interesting to add, and I've been trying it, but because this deck is so strange and the occurrence of the Rhok'delar is not so great, I'm also running Dead Man's Hand, which puts a copy of every card in our hand back into our deck. And if we are holding some minion in our hand, it's going to the deck, and that is going to ruin our Rhok'delar. It's actually happening to me. Don't tell anybody. I've done that mistake. But anyway, we are going to just try to see how far can we get with this idea. Don't expect to see my crazy plan to work, but just try to have some fun. Let's see if we can find some opponent. A new year, where are you, crazy deck? Here you are. The bottom of the ladder, sitting at rank 20. Maybe we gain some stars. The deck has strong points. An interesting side effect of running no minions is that our deck is going to be very effective against decks that are focusing on removing minions, because that renders most of those cards useless against us. Hunter might be an example of that. Alright, we start with a Dead Man's Hand and the Forge of Souls that draws the weapons from your deck, which is actually the best combination to start with, because even if we cannot play the 7 mana for the weapon, if we see the Rhok'delar in our hand, we can use the Dead Man's Hand to put a copy in our deck. This seems to be not the more popular Hunter's deck with this seems to be inclined to some mechs. I think it's not that strong as a deck. Comparatively, is not that strong, but that's just because there are so many very strong, I should say 2 strong decks out. So we have 1 Molten Blade, and this other weapon is pretty nice. When we play the Blood Razor, it deals 1 damage to all minions. We have 2 attack. When the durability is over, the weapon is destroyed, dealing again 1 damage to all minions. So it could kill the Mekaru. Indeed, we are seeing lots of. So we have to check if the Perdition's. Okay, the Molten Blades. This one transformed into the Perdition's Blade. Next turn is going to transform into something else, and we have another Molten Blade. It could be interesting to send the flat Molten Blade back to the deck, but I think we are better off trying to start removing these threats right now. This returns, but next turn we can destroy these two unless the hunter can increase their health, which are... There are several ways he could do it, but these are not too valuable for him, so probably he's not going to waste any more cards into these two. So I think they are going to be over, and we also run many cards that can deal with boards. And we can gain armor and draw. Let's see. We always have to keep an open eye for these two. Now he has enhanced this golem. So what are we going to do today? Oh, look at this Kingsbane in Hunter would be very fun to use, but it's not our goal. So here I'm going to have to spend a few cards, so I can. Punch Whirlwind once, then maybe I should have used Cleave, maybe. The opponent now has 3 bots. I could kill them right away with another Whirlwind, but I'm going to just wait and see what else the opponent is doing. This gives the opponent the opportunity to play the Cybertech chip, but we're not going to worry about that. Ah, poisonous. Okay, please Rhok'delar, show up as soon as possible. We are already running very low in health, so this is proving to be very difficult. We have the Scald and the Light Sorrow. We could keep this Sorrow, but it does not look like a good plan today. So we're going to spend another Whirlwind and the Cleave and activate the Hero Power, gain some more armor. Now, regrettably, when we use the Dead Man's Hand, the actual weapon goes back into the deck instead of the original Molten Blade that keeps changing. So if I were to use Dead Man's Hand now, I just get these 2 weapons that are not very interesting for this deck. Uh-oh. Well, what to do now? We have the Obsidian Shard, and the Necroom Blade is not going to be very useful. I think we just go with some armor over here and try to wait. We have the Dr. Boom can provide us the edge in this match. This is going to be difficult if we don't find the Rhok'delar. Come on, Rhok'delar. We are going to have 7 mana. So next turn, that's not it. I might need to punch the guy and spend maybe Devastate. I think I'm going to wait one more turn because this spawns 3/1/1s when it dies. So I'm not saving too much damage if I kill it right away and leave those small guys up. So we could deal with this sort of situation with the Warpath. It's a card that deals 1 damage to everything, and you can play it over and over for just 2 mana, which is a very strong effect. Goodbye, Bones. You want to see this volcano erupt? Secret code that triggers volcanic eruptions. Boom! Piñata, this is a lovely mech. It adds a random minion to the opponent's hand. Okay, we are in a... We have the Balanir. Could kill this thing. We can also summon a 2-mana thing, which is not going to prove too useful. But maybe we can get rid. He has 9. Okay, 2-mana thing. Well, not terrible actually. The gnome, it has taunt, which forces the opponent to either attack it or destroy it with some spell. Probably he has some way to kill it without hitting it, but if this attacks here, then that activates our spells that only affect damaged minions. Okay, Hunter's Mark and 1/1 weapon. Yeah, candle shot. So he ended up using 2 cards to remove our 6-mana 2-drop. It's not the best for us, and we are about to die unless we get... Well, this can save me. 9, 10, 12. I gain 5. There's a chance of getting 7 more armor with this blade, and it's my only hope now. Let's see if we are lucky or not. Not lucky, but we can remove one of the attackers here and hope for the best. Hero power is 2 damage plus 5, 7, and 1 weapon plus any cards the opponent might have in hand. Then we have the Kaboom that is going to let me use these things, or provided of course I can survive, but that's not the case. The opponent got 10-8 attack, so he used the magnetic buff. And okay, now you see, this was just to show off the weaknesses of my deck. Just take it like that. Now we are going to play it seriously. Of course, you knew all from the beginning that it was just to prove what is this all about. Of course, don't tell anybody else. All right, let's see, what do we have here? We start the game with the Molten Blade, but no Deadman's Hand. It's a pity, but since if this one turns into our desired weapon and we do not have the ability to equip it or to use the Deadman's Hand, we're going to be sad. We have a Rune Spear, which it would work in my deck. It's a very expensive weapon, but it allows us to have 3 random spells cast. And notice that since I don't have the complete collection, I don't have access to the Brawl, which is one of the best cards in in Warrior. We have now the Kingsbane, which I don't want to use in this deck. I could slam this thing to draw an additional card, or maybe Cleave. Let's Cleave. It makes sure that I'm removing one of the minions from the opponent, which happens to be a Warlock, by the way. It appears to be playing a form of deck that likes to... Oh, here it is. Oh, no! I don't have it. No! I don't have enough mana, and now we have to wait again to find it. That's such a disaster. Where is my Deadman's Hand when I need it? Okay, now if we could equip this or return it to the deck, I would be so happy. But now my life is almost over. Well, no, not almost over. I have 30 hit points plus 6 armor. We have Reckless Flurry. It spends all the armor and deals that much damage to all minions. We're probably going to need it now. Or we just slam this thing. Whirlwind, we're going to save it. This deals this slam deals 2 damage to minion, but it also is able to draw us a card if the minion survives. Another one of these, so we are going to wait because it's going to buff everything. We are going to draw a couple more cards. There we go. I'm not going to complain. I'm going next turn. Probably I need to Whirlwind and Reckless Flurry. Let's see what happens. It seems the opponent is playing a buff deck with lots of demons. This is going to give +1/+1 to demons in the opponent's hand. Alright. Do I have enough? I can do 3 Overlord's Whip, not good enough. So let's Whirlwind second. No. I'm going to be killing the Voidwalker, which I don't really like. So maybe I just slam here and execute. This gives +1/+1 to a couple of minions in hand. I need something that gives me more armor, so I can use Reckless Flurry and remove everything altogether. Curse of Witnesses is the best one to drop from the opponent because I don't have any minions. There we are. Ironhide. I wanted you. It's a pity I cannot combo everything because Reckless Flurry removes all my armor. Anyways, I have the Run Spear. Alright, now something here is pretty heavily buffed, hopefully if nothing too scary. Well, that's not particularly scary. We can deal with those using these things. So let's use one Blood Razor. Our Molten Blade has not returned into the Rhok'delar that we want. What to do? Next time we hit, we can remove this. The opponent runs a few buffs for demons, and this is a demon. Maybe he wants to improve the health of this guy. Okay, what do we get? We equip a weapon with this, and we have the Spectral Cutlass. It has lifesteal, it's a good weapon, but not today. Spiked Shield gives me 5 armor, and this 5/2 weapon. It's a pretty decent spell, and next turn we might be able to use Shield Block to gain 5 more armor and then Heavy Metal that summons a random minion. 7/7. Alright, let's use Shield Block and hope for a very nice... that's not terrible at all. The opponent might be able to kill it. Just wait and see what happens. These two trade. Oh, 6/12 Voidlord. That's pretty heavy. Oh, thank you. That is just enabling my execute. What? What? The Exploring Goro, I think we can save it, so let's execute this one. Use the weapon to kill one of these. The Cleave deals 2 damage to a few random things. We are going to kill this. And next we wait. This summons 1/5/5 minion, but if we start equipping more weapons, then it upgrades, and up to 3/5/5 minions we can see. Come on, Rhok'delar, show up again. You were Rhok'delar once, you can repeat it. I know you have it in you. Icebreaker, that's not good. So I want to use this one today. So go Whirlwind. This is the threat today. I'm going to armor and then Dr. Boom. I might regret it depending on what power do we get here. Sort of this turns into... I could have gotten a minion for next turn, but anyways, I have to armor, which is not terrible. Okay, we might combine these two things to remove all of this. Unless we get the Rhok'delar. Come on, Rhok'delar. You're not Rhok'delar. Okay, then. So this and Blood Razor, and this is now going to summon me 2 golems. Well, depending on if we get a good weapon, I might use Dead Man's Hand to get good things with this, but not sure. Okay, I can kill this. There's 3 damage with this thing. The opponent is almost dead, so... Okay, I think I'd rather kill this succubus. Okay. Oh, Warpath. We have this. This is a very fine weapon. Do I want it? I might want to keep... questions. I'm going to wait. Okay then, so I have 3 damage with things equipped. Press 3 here. Or just the Warpath. One more for the road. And 2 more. We ended up not using this. This is one of the best weapons because after you attack a minion, it attacks the next one. So you can kill 2 things with a single hit from the weapon, which is pretty useful. At least if I had this weapon in my collection, I would use it in this deck. Opponent is sitting at 9, but Warlock class has lots of spells that can heal him, and also a hero card that is... Oh, he's killing himself with that. Oh, well, we have gained with the Doomhammer now, because this weapon has overkill. So let's take the victory. And we lost the Rhok'delar opportunity, but well played. Well played, opponent. I think you took too much damage with your hero power. Alrighty then. Well, as you see, that was a pity Rhok'delar wasn't used that day. So keeping the Molten Blade in the early hand without the Dead Man's Hand is kind of a sad story. But today it seems that we are again against the Hunter, and again we start off with Molten Blade plus Dead Man's Hand. So now we would like to... What do we need here against the Hunter? I think that we are better off saving it for later. We would like to find our... maybe Dr. Boom or something. Oh, the Whirlwind has returned, so we don't care. When with 1 mana we cannot play the Dead Man's Hand. Come on, Rhok'delar, I need you now. Rhok'delar, where are you? This is a parrot. It adds a random beast to get. Okay, this is a fine weapon that we cannot equip just yet, which Deals 1 damage to any minion we play, and since we don't have minions, I might see using this weapon in the deck, but I should remove something else, which I'm not sure what could it be. Come on, come on. Aluneth. This weapon draws 3 more cards at the end of our turn. I could send a copy, but then if I had both Deathman's Hand at this moment, it would be a fantastic game, but that's not the case. Oh, these two have 1 attack, so I'm not too worried just now. I'm going to wait a little more. Then sometime I can use Warpath or Whirlwind, maybe execute. 0 attack weapon that draws 3 cards each turn. Sounds good. It's a mage weapon. The Run Spear. Lovely. Devastate. We're going to save it for something stronger. And probably we want to combine it with these things. There's a big minion with Taunt in our future from the Stonehill Defender. Secret, which might be a lot of things. Most likely a Wandering Monster, which summons a random 3 mana minion. Let's slam this guy over here. And we have the Iron Hand. I'm going to save this to combine it with the Reckless Flurry. So we armor up. Again, we are negating the damage from these 2 minions, so the opponent does not want to play the attack with the weapon because he wants the secret to activate first. Oh, we have the Twig of the World Tree. If I draw the other Deadman's Hand, I'm going to equip it. Oh no, I forgot it was for the former turn. Okay, Silver Sword. Not really. I might use the Warpath now. Or maybe just Whirlwind and Devastate. Let's see how that pans out. From the next turn onwards, we have the Dr. Boom or the Rhok'delar. Whatever happens first. Uh-oh. We need to... Oh, yes! Finally! Finally! I'm going to... Oh, guys. I have 8 cards in hand. I'm going to use Deathman's Hand here. This is going to shuffle a copy of Rhok'delar in my deck. And I should, and I think the opponent is going to have a board full of 7/7s next turn. Now we want to draw like there's no tomorrow and empty our hand in the process. What are you doing, man? Okay, heavy metal, that sounds about right. Or do I go Dr. Boom? No, I can wait. Eight, that's okay. The opponent is going to kill it anyways. So it should save me 8 damage to the head or prompt the opponent to spend. He's going to kill this, I believe, or maybe if he... Giant Anaconda is a druid card that he obtained from the Parrot, and if the opponent has a giant dinosaur, he might want to attack with the Anaconda into this. No, deadly shot. Was that it? Another jeweled macaw. Whoa. Look at that. Now it gets complicated. Play dead on this? It's not a dinosaur, but a huge thing. So let's see. I'm going to play Blood Razor first. Execute you. Gain some more armor. Should I attack? Because I think I don't attack just yet. My Reckless Flurry plans are now void. Oh, I should use the Dr. Boom. Whoa, no. What to do here? Gorhal is interesting. Let's do the Warpath. All right. Now Death Rattles trigger twice, which gives the opponent lots of 7/7s. What are we going to do? Guys, this is problematic. If he has the Carnivorous Cube, we're going to be in a huge problem. Uh-oh. No, the ooze. Well, he got double of these things. I need to gain 7 armor. Please, I need to draw shield block now. Does not shield block. 5 damage AoE plus 1. I can do 6 damage AoE. That's not enough. I can get these things to do. Nah, it's not going to do it. Oh wait, I did it. What happened? What? My math is off. How did I got so much armor? I don't really know. But still I'm dying here. Okay, but we have the Rhok'delar Dream in the deck. So let's try our final game. Maybe try being not so greedy today. Could help me. I was holding back the Dr. Boom. I did not play the Rhok'delar. That's what happens when you are too greedy, guys. So take a lesson from that game. We have all drawing spells we're keeping because we can draw with all these 3 things. It's difficult to draw out of the slams because we need the opponent to play a minion or ourselves, but that survives 2 damage. So in the early game, that's not so often seen. It can happen, but it's going to be difficult. This is just a 1 HP, so it's no way. Now the opponent can have a buff for this 1/1, and therefore we could slam maybe. This we need to get rid of because it gets a buff whenever another friendly beast dies. And this is buffing the other beasts. But I want to draw a card, so let's do shield block. I want to draw my cards. Come on, is it that hard to do? Oh, now this became much stronger, and there are 3 copies of the enhanced version of this in the deck. So maybe I'm going to double slam that thing. Maybe first one slam. Let's see what we draw. Explore and Goro. Another slam. Okay. Now that we have 2 Dead Man's Hand together, we can at any point use one of them, and we are going to have another copy in the deck, which is kind of where we want to be. Let's see. I wonder, this gains life when a donor beast dies, so we have to be wary of those effects stacking together. Okay, look at our HP, that's horrible, but we can now clear this board. Hopefully this one does not get the buffs as these are dying. Okay, that works. We're very low in HP, so probably we want to use the shield. We cannot do it against that, but we can kill this. So we are going to do it before killing the bear, because otherwise we give this guy some HP. Too bad we are losing armor for our heavy metal. Yeah, that's not what we want to see. This hand might be worth to use the Dead Man's Hand. And the other fantastic card that we are packing is the Explore and Goro, that replaces the entire deck with copies of Discover a Card, which is pretty silly, but it's really fun to use. That means that we can basically have any random card that we want. Ouch! Ironhide. Okay, I think before Ironhide we used the Blood Razor. And Devastate. And I'm going to armor up, hit this bad buddy. That is just a bluff, because I could hit before getting the armor for the future heavy metal. Oh, 6-5 with taunt, that's going to be a rough one to deal with. What can we do here? Let's try to hope for a good thing. 7 mana minion, not yet. I messed up, so 3. And 2 more. 1. I did a misplay. I should have just used the Warpath and let it be. And I spent lots of cards doing basically nothing. On the bright side, I emptied my hand. Cleave is useless unless the opponent has more things out. So just waiting for finding the Molten Blades. We're running low on cards, so hopefully we find something useful for us. Please, can we? Well, this is going to draw me 2 weapons. I could Dead Man's Hand the Force of Souls. So maybe it's a good idea. Now we have 2 Molten Blades in hand, and we're going to use this. Maybe I could use the Explore and Goro and try to get some minions out. That destroys pretty much my deck. So maybe if I get the Dr. Boom, I might use the Explore and Goro afterwards. Now we have targets for the Cleave. Come on, there we are, Rhok'delar. Again? What's happening? All right. We're going to use it. Finally! We did it! What is this? Unleash the hounds, pretty good. Kill command, nice. We're going to hit this thing. And Whirlwind. And, well, this is going to be fun from now on. We need armor to stay alive. Spirit of Lynx. Okay, we can cope with that. We have Grievous Light. We have Rat Trap. I need... What do I need? Champion Small. Execute. I'm going to save it for the big things the opponent is running. So we Cleave. Hopefully we can kill this without something weird appearing. Nice. Now we use Dr. Boom, which grants me more armor. And we can summon... No, we can gain 7 more armor with the Blast Shield. The hero power swaps every time, so we get a random hero power, which every passing turn. Rat Trap can provide us with a minion, but the opponent has to play 3 cards in the same turn, which is not really too probable to happen today. So I'm going to Clip, use the hero power and summon a 10 mana minion, hopefully a good one. Seems to be a good one. Only issue is that if this secret is a freezing trap, the Deathwind costs 10 mana, returns to our hand, and we are not going to be able to play it ever again. Night Prowler, a 6/6, which could become larger down the road. Gladiator's Bow, our hero is immune while attacking. It's a decent one. We can craft a mech, which is going to have some rush. I think we go with the Dynamatic. Let's go face. It was the explosive trap, but we are immune, and now we can safely take care of the threat here. Oh, Rhok'delar, you're so funny. And we still have the Explorer and the Dynamatic. Look at it. What kind of warrior are we doing today? Okay, that's not to be feared. Ouch! Poor Deathwing is taking some damage. We can kill that thing with this. Let's get some Micro Squad. I don't think the opponent is going to trigger the secret, but having the secret up means the opponent is going to have to guess what we have up there. That's not going to be good enough. And we have a game. Let's do this just for the sake of having fun. This one. And finally, the Rhok'delar deck won using actually Rhok'delar. Well, the spells weren't that useful, but it was a very fun game. I'm very happy with how this resolved and hope you have enjoyed it as well. We are going to be seeing more content soon, so please stay tuned. Until then, sayonara!